George actor is unrecognizable in Georgie and Mandy's sequel set image reunion with his young Sheldon kids. Hello everyone, my name is Alana. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And give this video a like. Up this article is part of a directory. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. Release date, cast, story, trailer, and everything we know about the young Sheldon spin-off. An unrecognizable Lance Barber reunites with George's kids in a brand new Georgie and Mandy's first marriage set image. Despite Sheldon and Mary's stories in The Big Bang Theory, the prequel fully rehabilitated the Cooper family patriarch before it ended. That involved fleshing out Barber's character and showing that, while he wasn't perfect, there was no doubt about his devotion to providing for his family. Because of this, it was truly devastating when George unexpectedly died in young Sheldon Season 7, although the tragedy was long established in The Big Bang Theory. Months after the young Sheldon finale, however, Barber reunited with his on-screen kids as he visited the set of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, as shared by Emily Osman on Instagram. Check out the photo below. The adorable snap sees several familiar faces crammed on the McAllisters' living room couch. Barber, who looks very different from what George looked like in young Sheldon, is sitting beside Montana Jordan and Reagan Revord, who play Georgie and Missy. Osman is also in the adorable photo. George's death set up the young Sheldon finale. Before the show shifted its focus to wrapping up Sheldon's childhood in Texas, it tackled how the family coped with the immediate aftermath of losing their patriarch, with its penultimate episode devoted to his funeral. Considering how Barber looks in the Georgie and Mandy's first marriage set image, it's highly unlikely that he is there to reprise his role as George. Instead, he just dropped by to watch one of its live tapings. Despite this, it's still a treat to see that he has maintained his relationship with his on-screen kids. Previously, Barber had already reunited with Revord and Jordan when he first visited the set of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. Back then, however, the photo didn't reveal much of the backdrop of the show's set. Instead, it was just an adorable group photo of the trio. This time, however, he is seen fully hanging out, not just with the Georgie and Missy actors, but also with the rest of the core Georgie and Mandy's first marriage cast. Aside from Osman, the image appears to also feature Jesse Prez, who plays the McAllisters' tire store employee, Ruben. Because George died in young Sheldon, it would be difficult to see him return as the character, considering Georgie and Mandy's first marriage's story. While he can come back in a flashback sequence or vision, I don't think these possibilities will come to fruition until after Season 1. For now, CBS and Chuck Lorre's focus is to establish this revamped ensemble. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage is already bringing back Mary, Mima, and Missy, and that should be enough cameos from young Sheldon for now. Ian Armitage's Sheldon doesn't even have a confirmed return yet. There's always the option for him to play a different character. Barber portrayed Leonard's high school bully in The Big Bang Theory years before he landed the role of George on young Sheldon. That said, the actor is now firmly synonymous with the Cooper family's patriarch. Repeating this casting trick will only raise new questions that I'm sure the writers don't want. Considering the way that his demise was beautifully handled, I'm sure everyone from the sitcom's writer's room doesn't want to do anything that would cheapen that. Despite the comedic nature of the upcoming project, young Sheldon had to deal with countless plot inconsistencies throughout its run. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage is better positioned not to have as many canon issues because of its loose connection to the Big Bang Theory. Its challenge, however, is to ensure that this new ensemble will also be beloved, which can be tricky considering the divisive cancellation of young Sheldon. Like many who loved Barber as George, I would love to see the Cooper patriarch back on the small screen. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage will have to be a bit creative for this to happen, but it isn't impossible. That said, I also firmly believe that at this point, The new show should be focusing all its energy on establishing the new patriarch in the Big Bang Theory franchise, Will Sasso's Jim McAllister. Despite being the firstborn in the Cooper family, Georgie didn't have the best relationship with his dad, especially in the earlier seasons of young Sheldon, since all the focus was on Sheldon. Spiritually George's replacement in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, the first trailer for the sitcom already teased the kind of dynamic that Jim will have with Georgie, and that's one of the most interesting pairings it currently has. Despite being the firstborn in the Cooper family, Georgie didn't have the best relationship with his dad, especially in the earlier seasons of young Sheldon, since all the focus was on Sheldon. This time, he will need all the support he can get from his father-in-law as he takes care of Mandy and their baby, Cease, as well as